We're going to get some more practice with trig ratios today. Not too much more than you did yesterday, but we are going to talk a little bit more about the angles, okay? So I'm going to kind of do some examples that are pretty much what you're going to see on your homework from your book tonight. We will get back to Khan Academy, but I don't feel like they give you enough practice with this stuff. So I will probably use that as some quizzing and for some of the things we're going to run into next week. So, okay. So one of the things you're going to see tonight is, again, asking for the trig ratios, which is our old friend SOHCAHTOA. Okay. And some of the questions say find the three basic ratios for each acute angle. That means, right, this is our right angle right here. These are our acute angles right here. Okay, so they're asking you to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of K. And then to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of G in this case. All right, so those are the two acute angles that you're looking for. Now, as you'll recall from yesterday, we can't do anything until we find the hypotenuse, which means we're going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that's going to give us 225 plus 1296 equals our hypotenuse. Okay, when we add that all up, we're going to get 1521 equals c squared. And when you take the square root of both sides, believe it or not, the answer is 39. All right, so this is our hypotenuse over here. So then we just need to go back, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this because I feel like at this point you guys can figure this out. You're going to do a couple of these on your homework. Remember that if we're finding K over here, then 15 is our opposite and 39 is our hypotenuse. Now we have to reduce this, right? This reduces to 5 over 13, so make sure you're doing that. You can just leave things in fraction form here for this. Unless they tell you to put it into decimal form, you can leave it like that. So then cosine is going to be adjacent. What's adjacent? Oh, sorry, that was the wrong way. Adjacent to that is 36, because that's a leg. Remember, that's our leg. This is our hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse. And that's going to reduce to 12 over 13. And then the tangent is opposite, 15, over adjacent, 36. And that's going to reduce to 5 over 12. Okay, and then I don't think I'm going to spend time on this for you guys, but we would do the same thing for G over here. And this time our opposite is 36 and our hypotenuse is 39. Our adjacent is 15 and our hypotenuse is still 39. And our tangent is opposite, 36, over adjacent, 15, right? And you can reduce all those fractions. All right, so be on the lookout for that. Be careful of which angle you're choosing. And when they say each acute angle, they mean these two, in this case, K and G in this triangle. Now, some of your problems tonight will ask you for the decimal approximation for each acute angle. Now, in this case, this is where we're going to use the calculator. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this with a calculator now. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. If I know that this is 90 and the other one is 22, I can find the other angle by subtracting that from 180, right? Because there's 180 degrees in each triangle. Okay. And so that's going to give me 68. That means this angle is 68. So if they're asking me for sine, cosine, and tangent of each of the acute angles, that means they're asking me for the trig values for 68 degrees, and they're asking me for the trig values for 22 degrees. Oops, that should be cosine, shouldn't it? cosine of 22, and tangent of 22. Now, this is where, because I don't know the sides, right? I don't know the sides. I can't do the ratios without knowing the sides. I don't even know 1 or 2 to figure anything out. So when you don't know the sides, but you know the angle, you do have to use a calculator. Now, when I was in school, we had to look them up in the back of a book. But I'm going to show you right now how to use a calculator. If you have the calculator I required for you for school or any other scientific calculator, you can do this. Now I'm going to switch to my camera here so that you can watch what I do on my calculator. I realize I just made the video all crazy. Sorry about that. Okay, so if you have this, the first thing you have to do is go to your mode for any calculator and make sure it's on degrees. You do not, sorry, this is getting in my way here. You do not want it on radians. Okay, you want it on degrees, DEG. You can use a calculator on your iPad if you don't have a scientific calculator of any kind. Make sure that's on degrees there. You can use it on your phone, whatever. Just make sure it's in scientific mode so that you have the sine, cosine, tangent options, and make sure that you have your mode in degrees. Okay, so some calculators have you put the number in first and some have you put the sign in first. This calculator will have you do sine. I think our number was 68. I'm not sure if you have to put the parenthesis in